once you have, listen, I just interviewed Vanilla Ice at his house in Miami. He is still touring off Ice Ice Baby 40 years later, 35 years later.
Is that his main source of income?
Not only is this not his main source, because he ended up creating a whole real estate empire.
Well, shut the fuck up, man.
But it's a
Shut the fuck up, man.
It's a multi.
What are you talking about?
It's a multi-million-dollar. Hold on, stop.
If his music thing was doing what he would like it to do or what it should have done, he wouldn't have to be doing real estate.
Not true. He actually loves real estate.
Okay,
and he's older now.
You're being cute. You know what I'm saying.
No, I'm not.
You know what I'm saying.
I'm not being cute.
The life of a recording artist. If he was as big as, let's say, Eminem or Jay-Z, where he could branch off.
He was as big as Eminem and Jay-Z in his day. In fact, he was the first rapper to have a number one song on Billboard ever.
This is why niggas love when I get in your ass. Because you make asinine statements. I'm telling you right now, if he could, there's a difference between grinding it out in real estate and being a brand name like Jay-Z. If you had to choose between how do I want to live my life, in what career? Do I want to be a real estate guy or do I want to be fucking Jay-Z and be a brand? Where I barely have to lift my finger to do anything. The road to being rich in real estate is far tougher than if you're Jay-Z.
Wait, what?
I'm talking about
not true. Much harder to be a Jay-Z
than to
be a real estate millionaire. Not even close.
I'm talking about shut the fuck up. I'm trying to say something here. I'm talking about the fruits of your labor.
Okay.
When you become Jay-Z, I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman. When you become that, and I don't even think you have to be that high up.
It's not even a good comparison because Jay-Z has tons of huge albums, tons of huge
let me go
songs.
Let me go lesser.
Vanilla Ice has one big song.
Let me go lesser.
Two big songs.
Let me go lesser.
2 big songs.
Would you rather be a Fat Joe or a Vanilla Ice? Would you rather be in the music game where with Fat Joe, I'm sure he could do a concert, he could put out some music, and money comes much easier to him and quicker than trying to be a real estate agent?
What, are you comparing Vanilla Joe and Fat Ice? Is that Vanilla Joe? Vanilla Ice and Fat Joe. That was actually funny.
What I'm saying to you is you're trying to make the point. You're trying to make the point that Vanilla Ice is living off his past fame and glory off one song.
Vanilla Ice is still making millions of dollars off that song. In fact, here's what's interesting about Vanilla Ice, and I learned this during the interview. Vanilla Ice, that song sampled Under Pressure by David Bowie and Queen, right?
Right.
He got sued for that song. During the lawsuit, he said, instead of settling this lawsuit or going to court, why don't I just buy the song? The original song. So he bought Under Pressure. And then he bought Ice Ice Baby. So whenever either of those songs get played, he gets paid for them. So when they did the Queen movie, he got paid for it. Whenever someone samples it or whatever else, or puts in a TV show or commercial, he gets paid for it. He actually created a publishing empire. He started buying other music as well. He saw what Michael Jackson did and said, oh, that's a good idea. Let me go ahead and do that. What's interesting was that, you went back and, you gave them the credit for the song, but then I guess at one point you realized it was easier just to buy the song as opposed to just license it. So you have a piece of Under Pressure that you own.
Oh, absolutely.
So do you own the whole song?
Yeah, it was better to actually buy the publishing because at the time I didn't know how this worked.
Yeah.
So if you go way back, you might remember, this is how I learned. Michael Jackson was going against the Beatles.
Yeah.
Paul McCartney.
Yep.
For the publishing of the Beatles. And I go, wait a minute. How come Paul McCartney don't have the right to just have that anyway? Why is he trying to buy his own music back? I don't get that. What's that mean, publishing? I was young. And I saw Michael Jackson own it.
Yep.
And publishing is a very difficult thing. Once people own it, they don't want to sell any part of it ever because it's a long-term faucet of money coming in forever.
Yeah.
So I realized, so publishing, that's what it is. And I learned at a young age, most artists still have no idea what publishing even means or how it works or the business behind it or anything. Mm-hmm. And then those people are probably being ripped off right now. 90%. So I found out about that and I go, so wait a minute, I'm going through a lawsuit. It's going to cost me $4 million to just buy the song. And because Freddie Mercury died and David Bowie died. So neither Brian May doesn't have much of the publishing. He just played a guitar part. The publishing part of a guitar part is like crumbs. He'd rather take the $4 million and just give that song to Vanilla Ice and let it play and have fun with it. Since I
you bought it
took
for
it
$4
to number
million.
one anyway.
Okay.
And we became friends, and everybody knows I'm a huge Queen fan. Freddie Mercury is the rock god, okay? I love that band and always have, and I think everybody kind of has grown with them too. So when I did it in my way and put it in hip hop, man, I mean, it was necessary. It was needed, and it helped Queen too, you know, help their fan base be youthful and regenerative. So it, you know, pushes their whole thing that they're doing.
So every time Under Pressure or Ice Ice Baby gets played in a movie, on a commercial, whatever, a check goes to you.
100%.
Love it. But then during that time, he was also using money to buy real estate. Now he owns hundreds of properties. The house that I was at, that we did the interview at, was crazy. We pulled up to the house and we're waiting for him to open the gate. He goes from the house next door and said, no, go through this gate.
Okay, well, I'll take that back. I didn't know about him buying the publishing.
Exactly.
You made it seem like...
And the masters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, then that's different.
Exactly.
But you made it sound like, oh, just the song Ice Ice Baby, he'll go out on the road and do a tour, and he's making millions of dollars off that song.
But he is doing 90s tours and throwback tours and everything else like that.
You know what, man? You left out some very important context.
Well, I'm trying to fill in the blanks
You didn't mention
now.
the publishing, and you didn't mention the masters. And what did I say a second ago? Owning your masters. Owning your destiny.
Yeah.
Okay, so we went round and round and round to make the point that I was making.
And you know, certain artists go and buy their publishing back. In fact, Jay-Z was one of those artists. When he did the deal with Def Jam, part of the deal was that he got the masters for all his albums except for Reasonable Doubt.
Time out. Can we take a moment to acknowledge what just happened here?
What happened?
I said to you in the beginning about artists wanting to not get raped by the record companies based on royalties and take control of their own destiny.
Right.
A la owning your masters. Right. I said that, did I not?
You did.
Okay. Then you bring up Vanilla Ice, but you leave out that very important piece of context.
But I added to it.
Okay, you eventually got there.
Yeah.
But prior to you getting there, you made it sound as if, oh, Vanilla Ice is just making millions off of just the song he did that was a one hit in the 90s. And so his bread and butter is real estate. But now, contextually, when you go, oh, yeah.
He owns the music as well.
He owns the masters.
Exactly.
He bought the publishing.
Yep.
Well, duh.
Yeah.
All right.
And he tours.
All right.
And he still tours.
Okay, next time, serve me the meal whole. Don't give me pieces and tell me I should be full.